Hello Wolfpack, this is video number 107. In this video I'd like to discuss my recent EDC purchases for the Black Friday 2018 sales. I'll be talking specifically about the Maxpedition Fatty. Let me grab the... I recently just did a video of the Fatty versus the Vanquest PPM Huge, but what I'm going to do in this specific video is I'm going to compare, these are the exact same pouches, I'm going to compare the Fatty with the rest of the Vanquest range. I didn't do this in the other video simply because it would have taken too long and it would have been an unfair comparison. So I thought a separate video would be best. So starting off with the Vanquest PPM Slim. You know, they could have made these labels just a little bit bigger, you know? Helps displaying the product on videos and stuff like that, and just generally reading it. Anyway, so Maxpedition Fatty will be on the bottom for this. Comparing it, big difference as far as size, both in width and length. Just comparing it to a can of baked beans. So inside, I'm not going to compare the inside, I'm just going to compare the outside simply because it's a very, very unfair comparison. The Vanquest PPM Husky is the next one that I'm comparing it to. Now, once again, the Maxpedition will be on the bottom, so the Husky. I will do a comparison briefly on the inside for this one, but comparing it to the can of beans versus the Husky on top versus the Maxpedition Fatty on the bottom. Width-wise, it's not quite there. It's almost there width-wise, but not quite. Length-wise, it's not. There's about a finger's width or thumb's width difference. Just briefly comparing the inside. For the rest of these videos, it's safe to assume that the Vanquest, which is all the same on every pouch, doesn't matter what size, it's always the same hook and loop note, slip pocket on the front, as well as the back. It's identical. You've got your handle as well as your molly and your little extra items here. But with that, assume that it's the same. If I do show you inside each pouch, it will be a rough visual comparison, nothing too major. So for the Maxpedition Fatty versus the Husky, PPM Husky. Now, once again, please be aware that the Vanquest range has two separate ranges. One is the PPM, which I believe stands for Personal Pocket Management, and the second one is the EDCM, which is Everyday Carry Management. So with that, just be aware, inside, always the orange is for Vanquest and the grey for Maxpedition. This is roughly what they look like when compared next to each other. If you want, you can pause the video and compare it. I'm not going to go into too much detail. I've already done the next pouch, which is the PPM Huge. I've ordered it like this. You've got the Vanquest Slim, Husky, Huge, and then you've got the EDCM Slim, Husky, Huge. So PPM's first for the smaller branch and the EDCM for the larger branch. Moving up to the Vanquest EDCM Slim, which can be seen here. Hopefully, maybe. putting the Maxpedition on the top this time and the Vanquest on the bottom. The Vanquest is just slightly larger by a small thumb's width, but it's about just over thumb's width longer. Depth is the Beefy's always fatter for these. For some reason, they're always super slim. The back has changed on this. I thought it was the same, but roughly the straps have been moved. They're no longer together in the other ones, so I stand corrected. But they're almost identical. For the insides, you've got the layout is this. So Vanquest on the bottom with the orange once again, versus the Fatty. These, as I said, I'm not doing an extensive comparison on this because it's not an equal comparison. You can't compare them there. I'm just trying to give you guys a visual reference to show you the difference if you're wondering, you know, which one of these is better, or might be better for you. Now, this is the Vanquest EDCM Husky, as you can see by the label. The size when putting it to corner, the Vanquest is on the bottom, Maxpedition on top, thumb's width longer, and about 2 fingers width longer. So one thumb wider and two fingers longer. Depth, once again, always Maxpedition is fatter for the Fatty. And the last one in this range is the Vanquest EDCM Huge when comparing it to the Fatty. Holding it next to each other, the pouch is wider for the Maxpedition on top and the Vanquest on the bottom. For the PPM Huge, I don't know whether there's the tag. Comparing inside, 2 fingers width longer and about 2 fingers width. 2 fingers width wider and 2 fingers width longer. I always get that wrong, Wolfpack. I'll be honest, I always get it mixed up. I even get it mixed up with depth. One thing I will notice for the EDCM Huge, the depth of this is about equal. So I just noticed that. That's very interesting. I didn't know that. Strapping is pretty much the same. Nothing of great difference. Inside. Now I think I missed out showing you the inside of the Husky, but I'll go back to that. Anyway, so once again, for the inside of the EDCM Huge, which is this one, you can see that there's a broad range of differences, but it's laid out almost similar as far as having one side horizontal and the other vertical. So just comparing that. Both have zippers. To be honest, and with all fairness, now that I've looked at this, comparing it for you guys, it's the Huge is probably more alike for the Fatty than what you realise. The only difference is the size comparison. Can measurement, roughly. I think I've missed out on a can measurement for a few of them. My apologies for that. So just going back down the list. I think I missed out on showing you the inside of the Husky compared to the Beefy, so we'll do that just briefly. Almost exactly the same layout. So this is actually probably a fairer comparison, but it just doesn't have a zip. So here and here. And for the can method, Vanquest is on the bottom, Maxpedition on top, simply because of size. There's a comparison of the can. I'm not going to do the $5 comparison on this video simply because I don't want it to run too long. Vanquest, I think I did the can one here, just can measurement. So you can roughly say that if you're about 6 foot and you've got hands like a man, because I know there are a few females out there that actually do watch these videos, so, and generally speaking they're a little bit smaller than males, but they you can rest assured that the size is quite large compared to a can, as you can see. So just be aware of that. It's something that you should take into consideration. What I did when I was purchasing these, and that's one of the problems, is that I didn't have anything to compare it to. That's why I purchased both the Vanquest and the Maxpedition, because I couldn't decide. I'd researched it for months and months and months and months, and I just couldn't decide. And in the end, I brought both, and I'm not sorry I brought both, but to be honest, I can't at this point pick which one's better, because one pouch has one set of features which is really, really nice compared to the other pouch type which has another set of features. So it's a really close competition. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. I'll do my best to answer them. I don't promise to answer them straight away, but I do promise to answer them as best I can. Respect who you are, respect where you come from, advance Australia fair, respect, honour and pride to Wolfpack, and I'll see you around Wolfpack, yeah? I hope that you enjoyed it. Bye.